So you probably don't know about this, but when you know about it, you're able to increase your self-awareness, and your personal growth and your spiritual evolution skyrockets. This is called the spiritual triad, and the syllabus over here, love, will, and intelligence, are equated to the different colors and the different sides of each one of these 4 triangles. Now, if you're colorblind, sorry, not sorry. And love is at the bottom, will is on the left, and intelligence is on the right. Now you see they're all different shapes, they're all different sizes. I do want to point out, before I dive into this, that you're always changing, you're always growing and evolving, and in certain situations you might be here, in certain situations you might be here, even in the same day. But it's really important to just catch yourself and know where you're at. Now, let's look at this first one. This person has a lot of will and a lot of intelligence. They can get shit done, and they know how to get shit done, but they're lacking love. This could also be not just love, but we could say like self. I don't know why I did that. Love. We could also say soul. I have horrible handwriting. Sorry, not sorry. So this person is lacking that self-love. They're lacking that soul, and they're going to fuck people over. They're going to be easily abusing people because they can manipulate. They know how to get things done. They know the language that's needed to have. They know the intelligence bit on it all, but they really don't care about other people as much. And so they're usually out for their own personal gain, and this person is not generally fulfilled. And so their opportunity for growth from a spiritual perspective then is to dive more into love, self-love, and to their soul, to their feelings. And actually in doing that and increasing that level of love, being more over here like well-rounded, this person will actually be more effective in their will and intelligence and other things. So that's really cool to note. Now, moving on next, this person has a lot of will and a lot of love, but not a lot of intelligence. They can get shit done and they really care a lot. Well, this person's a martyr. And they just keep failing, and they keep getting in this loop because they can't see what they can't see, or they're trying and trying and trying and trying so hard because they care so much. This was me, by the way. That they end up just tripping over themselves. And so this person's perspective is intelligence on what they need to know and to grow actually into this more harmonious circle or harmonious triangle down here. And this person needs to slow down because their will and their love, they care a lot. They're going to be super driven. When they slow down, they're able to tap more into that intelligence, which, by the way, intelligence could also mean truth. It could also mean being connected with source, or you could say God. And so being tapped into that, you're going to get the guidance. You're going to get the insights and the intelligence on how to carry out the desires of your insanely big heart. So that's the opportunity for growth for the martyr. Then we have somebody who cares a lot and knows a lot. You could say, again, they're tapped into truth. They got a huge heart. They're tapped into source, but they don't have a lot of will. And these are what we call hippies. So these people, and probably triggered a bunch of folks, but you know, the truth will set you free. So these people want to change the world. They have big ambitions. They know a lot. They are super wise and tapped in, and they ain't doing shit about it. So these people, you know, their inner will and being connected to that and recognizing that will up here is also, we could say, world. And we could say cosmos. It's, I think I spelled that wrong, but you understand what I'm talking about. So for down here, it's their ability to impact and influence matter beyond yourself. And I know a lot of times these people who care a lot and are super tapped in, intelligent, wise, they struggle internally with their own inner fulfillment because they know their purpose, but they can't make it happen. So a lot of times they go to what's comfortable, which is sitting in their thoughts or sitting with friends and community, which is needed, and they're avoiding discipline and doing the work, and you could say devotion in that willpower to actually manifest their insane ideas that are going to change the fucking planet. We need these people to act. These people need to tap in to divine wisdom. These people need to tap in to their heart. And when all of that happens, you end up with this even triad. And in this space, now you can't hold the space forever. Like I said, we're always growing and evolving. At any given point, you can shift and change even throughout your day. But when your goal is harmony and balance, then from here, this is hard to do with one hand, you want to expand all. That was not a triangle. That's funny. In every capacity, you want to expand this line as much as possible, and this one, and this one. And note, while you're in the ascension growth process of expanding the circle to have more capacity, more love, more intelligence, more will, as you're expanding in your spiritual evolution, it's gonna be off at times, right? Like, you can't expand everything all at once. It's gonna be, you have a heart blast open moment, and your heart gets huge in that regard, right? And then one of these starts lacking, or it collapses in on itself, and you've got a huge bottom line, but it's a smaller triangle. The soul wants that room to grow, so that it's gonna pop out more will. You'll lack the intelligence, you'll end up here. So if you're running in loops, use the spiritual triad to understand where you're at and what you need to pivot on. And please, please, please don't shame yourself. This is normal to be in any of these stages. We go through these stages to learn and experience and understand more about ourselves and about other people. You know, we're able to have compassion for people because you've probably been in a position where your heart was closed off. You had a lot of will and intelligence. You ended up hurting yourself or other people, right? And so that gives us compassion now to not tolerate a behavior, but to forgive it. And the same is true over here. You learn that you need intelligence to be connected to truth and source for that divine guidance, because you're not God, you know, with all this willpower. And then down here, you're recognizing that the willpower is actually how you move matter in the world, not just through Joe Dispenza meditations. And you're able to, you know, lift the weights, make the sales calls, put down the vegan gluten-free brownie, and you're able to come to this more holistic approach, and then expanding it, you're going to pop into these, keep expanding, keep growing, because you're perfect, whole, and complete just as you are. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, let me know. If you got questions, drop them in the comments, and let me know, where are you at? Are you, well, let's just label them 1, 2, 3, or 4. Where do you feel that you're at? What do you need to work on? And also, I'm going to drop a tag down below to the person who showed me this initially about 3-4 years ago. And again, I come back to this probably once a month just to really check where I'm at. And it's been super helpful, so I hope it's helpful for you too.